Hey guys, and welcome to another live as Cinquetta explains it all. And we are talking book writing. I think this is going to be my theme for a couple weeks. Book writing tips, tricks, ideas, and answering your questions about the book writing process. As you guys know, that I am a two-time author, a self-published author, okay? So I can definitely help you guys along the way. And I also do one-on-one author coaching. So if you're interested and serious about really writing your book this year in 2022, but you just need to ask somebody questions, you want to get out all the time that you can spend looking stuff up on YouTube and reading articles, and you just need someone to tell you what to do and answer all your questions, then I'm your girl. Again, my name is Cinquetta, and I am a reset coach. I made that up because I feel like I help women reset after a setback. And that's what this live is about. It's also sponsored by my book, The Master Reset, because I believe everything starts and ends when you have a reset of the mind. You know what I mean? Like once you decide to do something different, step out on faith, be the best version of yourself, everything changes about you. So before we get into this live and giving you guys all the tea and the juice about book writing process, I'm going to start my trailer and then I will be back.
Matt Saint Queddick, man, that girl was heaven sent. Matt Saint Queddick, man, that girl was heaven sent.
Hey guys, thanks again for tuning in. We are talking book writing, the components that go into your book, and also whether or not if you should copyright your book. Now, I know that seems like an easy question, an easy answer. Like the answer is probably yes, but it's not that easy. So I definitely want to say yes. Copyright your book, and copywriting your book is important because it protects your intellectual property. You know what I mean? This book that you're writing came from your mind. So you don't want nobody to be able to steal your work and make it as theirs, especially when your book becomes a bestseller. Because I'm going to speak that into existence over you. Because I feel like that's another thing. Writing a book is an accomplishment, but at the same time, we want to get paid. At the end of the day, we want a second income, second, third, fourth income. You know what I mean? We want to have that passive income, making money in our sleep. And I feel like writing a book is one of the ways to do that. And it also helps you to leave a legacy. Think about it like this. Like I be reading a lot of stuff that people authored from like years ago, and it's still relevant to today. See, wisdom never goes out of style. So that's why you have to write your book. I know you have a story to tell. And for me, I'm in the self-help genre because I'm like, I'm going to write about my pain. I'm going to write about these lessons, these L's that are turned into W's, okay? And hopefully they will help inspire and uplift and motivate somebody else. So that's why I write. But I wanted to, as I was putting this live together, I wanted to share with you guys that if you are interested in self-publishing a book, and you may not be like me, you may not be in that self-help kind of genre, that's okay. Because according to selfpublishingrelief.com, the best books suited for self-publishing are romance, science fiction, and fantasy books. And half of the ebooks bestsellers are in these genres. So again, if you have a creative mind, you're a real good storyteller, you could put things together and just, tell a story from out of thin air, you will be really good at self-publishing. So don't think you have to be like me and other people that are in this space, or the people that you watch, you know what I mean, that talk about finances, self-help, relationships, things like that. No, you can actually be like a nonfiction writer as well. And that's what I want to help you do today. So I'm going to share my screen, because we're going to talk about book components, the things that go into writing your book. So let's say you're starting day one, you open up your Word document and you're ready to write. But in the meantime, I just kind of want you to be thinking about these things and kind of having these things as placeholders in your book, okay? So let me share my screen. Why is that a song to me? Oh, that I know what I want to talk about. Remember the saying on Instagram, I don't work for free. Very, very catchy. All right. So you guys are looking at my screen now. So of course, one of the components of writing your book will be your title page. So your title page will have the title, the subtitle, and also your name at the bottom because you're the author. And also on your title page will go like the co-authors. If you also like wrote this book with somebody else, it will go on that page also. Next, you have your copyright page, you know what I mean? So you'll have the book title, when you published it, the year you published it, and also your name. And also you're going to have to put like all rights reserved, and you can get this verbiage online, so you can just Google that, so you can copy and paste that, but put that in your book, okay? Because you don't want nobody trying to take your stuff. So do that. And also for me, because the Master Reset was basically a book talking about my faith and the things that I learned from my walk with Christ up until when I wrote this book. So I use like a lot of Bible references. So you'll also put things like that on this copyright page. The type of versions you use for your own book. Like me, I use the English Standard Version. So you have to like make that known as well, because it didn't just come from my mind. So again, you can like Google this stuff and you can like literally copy and paste it. So we have that. And also, if like you want to give acknowledgement to the person that did the cover design of your book, you also put this on your copyright page and also your website and all that good jazz. Oh, and also this is another thing I learned. Because Amazon, when you sell books on Amazon, you have no idea who bought your book. So you may not have a way of capturing those leads. And that's another thing. You guys want to start building up your email list because you own that. Of course, like they said, if Facebook, Instagram, all these other social media sites go down and you have all these followers, how can you communicate with them? So generating an email list now will be helpful. You can still market to that list. You can still have people, you can still run specials with emails to the list that you created. And the best way to get people on an email list is to like give them something for free. So that's what this is here for. This for free information, right here. That's what this link is. So you can put that in your book as well, but on the copyright page. So you'll also have a dedication page, of course. For me, I had to dedicate my book to all of you, all you beautiful people, but especially to the women who have yet to see themselves as beautiful as God sees them. Because, that just kind of helped me write my book. It gave me that momentum. I realized like a lot of us do not see ourselves as God sees us, because if we did, we wouldn't be acting how we act. We wouldn't be settling for what we settle for. We wouldn't say some of the things we said. You know what I mean? Like, God can give you exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think, but why aren't you acting like it? So that's why I dedicated this book to all of us, because it's a journey. So next will be your table of contents page. So even though you may not have your book all together, I feel like your table of content page can actually work as an outline. This can kind of help you get your ideas out. Like, okay, what do I want to talk about first? What the main thing about the main theme of your book, and then breaking that down little subsections. That will be your chapters. And this is where your table of contents will go. Okay. So that's your next thing that you have to keep up with. Oh, and this is something I just noticed, but I feel like, see, when you get a good layout editor, they'll number your stuff too. So see, it started off in Roman numerals, but then as soon as the actual book started, that's when it started in numbers. So next you'll have your introduction. You don't have to have an introduction, but I think it's nice. Most books do. Let me pull this book. Don't Settle This. Well, I got it right up here by Mrs. Faith Jenkins. And this is a book by that was published by a traditional publisher. So, You know what I mean? So look, we can follow along with her book. So look, see, and that's another thing that will help you. If you forget what I'm saying, grab yourself a book and just follow along with what the book already has, like the pages. So we have our main page, we have our copyright page, we have our dedication page, and we have our table of contents page. And look, introduction. She even has an introduction. So look, I ain't telling y'all wrong. So of course you don't have to have an introduction. You can go right into it, but I highly recommend that you write an introduction for your book. So after your introduction is all the good stuff. So the actual content. So just like Judge Faith book, that's how hers start, the actual content. So you'll write, write, and write more. And then let's see if my book follows the same pattern. The last thing has a conclusion. Can y'all see that? Conclusion page. All right. So we write all the way down. And let's up. I seen the conclusion, y'all. Conclusion. Bam. So look, I'm telling y'all exactly how you would the components that go into a book, exactly as how a traditional publisher does it. And next, she has a acknowledgements page. So after your conclusion, oh, my water bottle, you will have your acknowledgement page. Oh wait, that wasn't my conclusion. Okay, so how I did it is I have like conclusions at the end of every chapter, but she had one conclusion at the end of her chapter. So either way is fine. This is your book, especially if you're self-publishing. I believe it's best to write the book how you will want to read the book. You know what I mean? Because sometimes like things are done a certain way all the time, and then we realize that's not the best way to do them. So it's okay to break the mold, especially because you are self-publishing, you know. But to give you a general idea, the components that you do need, that's what I'm just sharing with y'all today. So next, your acknowledgements, and that's what she has, her acknowledgements. And then okay, and she has notes. Let me see. I kind of have notes too, but I use the back pages as scripture references. Like the scriptures that are referenced throughout the book, I kind of put them all in one place. So you know, if you like a scripture that I mentioned in chapter 1, you can go to the back of the book and find it exactly what it was. So yeah, you could do that. You could put like a little glossary in the back of your book, things like that you feel like will be helpful to the reader. One of the versions of the Master Reset, because I did a bunch of different ones, I put like lined paper in the back just for people to capture notes. You know, when they may see a quote I mentioned, you might want to think about it, or a stat, they want to write it in the back of the book and come back to it. So that's what that is. So those are the basic things that you need to have in place. I wanted to give you guys a live demonstration. And for the people that are watching on Instagram, follow me or go ahead and subscribe to my second YouTube channel called In This Life the Sin. And we talk about book writing stuff and everything else that comes into my mind. But yes, so you can actually see live because I'm sharing my screen, but also told you guys out loud. So you may be good. So that is the one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. These are the components that you need to have in your book. So your title page, your copyright page, your dedication page, your table of contents. If you do decide to do a foreword, if someone like kind of stamps your book for you that's kind of famous or well known in the industry, that's where your foreword will be. Hey, Anne-Marie. So that's the next part. Your next thing will be your preface or introduction. We call it the introduction. And then you will have the actual stuff up in the book. And then after that, you will have your appendix if you need an appendix. Hey, we are talking book writing components if you guys are just joining me. So again, these are just like the few things that you can have in your book. You don't need all of them, but these are like the basics, you know? So if you decide to have an appendix or a glossary, a bibliography, and an author bio. I didn't put that in my book, but you can have that. So the core things are the title page, copyright, dedication, table of contents, your foreword if you have one, but I didn't have one, and your acknowledgement page, and then your introduction, and then the meat of the book. And then after that, you will have your conclusion, your glossary, that's like after the book, so that's towards the end of the book, and also like your thank you. I didn't see my thank yous. Let me see, did I miss them? Yeah, your acknowledgements. So I don't know why this list has it, the acknowledgements in the front of the book. I guess you can do that, but I put my acknowledgements in the back of the book. So that is that. Hope you found that helpful, guys. And I also wanted to answer this one question from my last live stream. Someone asked about copyright, and they said, like, when you go to copyright your book, do you give them the finished book and title? And yes, you do. I did a copyright online. I believe that you can copyright in person, like you can mail the copyright off to the office, but I believe when I was doing it, they said it's just quicker to do it online. So you will, upload your book, and you'll already have it on like a flash drive or something, or PDF, but they give you the option to upload your book in the title, in the money, all in one. And I really feel like because I had got my book copyrighted during the pandemic, it was slower than what it usually would be. I even called them like, hey, where's my letter? Where's my copyright to verify my stuff is copyrighted, because y'all not going to try to take my intellectual property, okay? Because I will sue. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe not. Let's broker a deal before I have to like sue or anything like that. I'm really open. But no, seriously, sometimes I think it's best to copyright your intellectual property because you never know. Someone may want to use it for like a story, for a book, for a TV show or something like that. See, I'm thinking long term, okay? So those are my tips, the things that I hope that you guys incorporate into your book. If you're just getting started, especially, just make sure you have placeholders for those things. Like even if you're thinking about it, like maybe write out a list. You may not have who you want to dedicate your book to for right now, or you may decide that you don't want to dedicate your book to anybody. But in the meantime, that is a component to your full manuscript of a book. So yes, that's what I wanted to share. And again, like I said in the beginning, just in case you may be joining me now, it's okay if you don't want to write a self-help book. I mean, that's kind of the only things I really read is self-help and an occasional book on finance and money. Because I feel like that's always helpful. But according to self-publishingrelief.com, the best books suited for self-publishing are romance, science fiction, and fantasy books. So if you're the person that's in the fiction genre, you will be come on and write your book, because it seems like that is a very, very good genre to be in, the nonfiction. I feel like I don't think I read a book for leisure too much. Like I only kind of read books for knowledge, but people write books and some people read books for like just entertainment, just to get their mind off of stuff. See, I watch stuff to get my mind off of stuff. I watch kind of like pointless TV. So that's how I get it in. I may not read it, but I'll probably watch it. So nevertheless, let me know if you have any other questions. We will be back again on Saturday for Saturdays with Cinquetta. But And again, we'll be talking about self-publishing because you guys ask me questions, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make a video for these questions. But anything you want to know about the self-publishing process, please let me know. If you're interested in working in a group, that's another thing. I want to gather us people together that are interested in writing a book. And I kind of want to have like a 4-week course. Like we'll meet once a week and I'll check in with you guys. You guys with the homework. We can all talk. But that's going to be the next thing I'm working on. So if you're interested in that, I will drop links in the description on how to sign up for that. And again, also how to sign up for one-on-one author coaching. Anyway, thank you again so much for joining me, and we will talk again soon. Have a wonderful rest of the night, day, morning, afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh yeah, did you guys like it over here? See, did y'all hear the little music, the little jazzy music?